Chinese New Year's Cup. This is the round of 16. We are going to Group C. We didn't cover Group A. B and C were switched schedule-wise, so if you're confused why this is Group C today, that's why. And our bracket looks like this. Here we go. Infi versus Yumiko in the Winnerbracket semifinal. Fly versus Colorful in the other Winnerbracket semifinal. And we're gonna play this group until we have 2 winners left. Tomorrow or the day after, Group D, once again, 1-0 versus Happy, Yumiko Remind as well, Sock, Moon, WFZ, Focus still in, Lawlight, and so in successful yesterday. So without further ado, here are our players, both from China, a long time rivalry between them, dating back to, 2013 and earlier. Was back then a Mouse Sports versus a World Elite rivalry, but things have changed. Yumiko still without a clan. Infi, of course, signed for the Rogue Warriors, both representing China, and I do have some issues with the production at the moment. I don't know why, but we'll fix it in a bit.
Yeah, we're starting off with a different map here. It's going to be Northern Isles today, which we did not see in the previous best of 3. I wonder who made the adjustment here, who wants to play different maps in the pool. Would make sense that this is going to be Yumiko, as obviously the latest best of 3 didn't go too well. A couple of days ago, we pointed out already, it's really hard to defeat Infi in Human Mirror. He has had TH by his side, his brother in arms for the last couple of years, and these two do look the strongest in Human Mirror throughout history. However, yesterday, TH got 2-0'd by Romantic. Now, that happened before. We've also mentioned that Romantic is an outstanding Human Mirror player, just an outstanding Fortitude, by the way. God damn it, I still haven't gotten used to this. Fortitude I'm talking about. Yeah, TH yesterday, was that perhaps just not his day? Losing to Lawlight, 1-2, and then losing to Fortitude, 0-2. Romantic, Jesus Christ. Able to get the victory there, and I really have to get used to that name. And TH dropped out in last place, not Soin. Soin, by the way, made it through in second place in a group with TH and Fortitude. That was quite insane. But okay, let's focus on this game here a little bit. We have different creep routes. As Yumiko went to the Tuskars, got the level 2 there. And Infi went towards the natural, got the level 2 there. I wonder, what is the benefit here of either of these two?
Sorry, I just switched into the game because there was some issues with the setup. So I haven't seen anything just yet. I have to catch up a little. We have Yumiko in the bottom left. We have Infi in the upper right. So what is different? Sorry.
Infi went for the natural creep for level 2, and Yumi went for the Tuskar creep for level 2. And then moving along the green camps then for level 3 progress. It looks like Yumi's a little bit faster. I wonder how the tech is going to be affected, because I saw Infi brought 6 militia to the first creep. That is a ton. That is a crap ton. Oh wow, and Infi actually creeps natural and Tuskar camp with the AM. That's going to leave very little left for the second hero to creep.
Yep, that's true. And it's not the latest tech. Oh, it's actually faster in Infi's tech. So I guess with the Tuskar first, it's a little bit of a gamble. If you get the item Infi got, the Potion of Greater Mana, then you can add some more pressure, maybe even on level 1. Infi has level 3 now, Yumiko as well. And here's the first attack, but the Arcane Tower is up, and Archmage in range of that Arcane Tower, getting mana burn. 1 Water Elemental in, but that's about it.
Thank you to our first couple of sub, Nilskin. Oh, wait a minute, until the action here subsides.
Yeah.
First peasant dies. I like the creep route from Yumi better, though. Yes, his tech is slower, but only by a little bit. But his positioning is way better. He takes the first 3 green camps, or the first 3 camps with the 2 green camps, with the AM and footies. And then militia move out by themselves to the little green camp outside the main. Creep that, and in the meantime, you can run across. And normally positioning on the way to tier 2 is really important in Human Mirror, because you can attack the militia, as we saw there. However, Infi was in position to defend, but the first attack may not have been the last one. Yumi was looking for the little footy run by, but again, Infi with this amazing footman scouting. One big reason why he played so well and so successfully against Happy in their grand final a couple days ago.
Another peasant dead during the tech, can't be replaced. Of course, you can move them from lumber to gold, but that might result in a later second arcane sanctum. So far, it's still okay. That's why he built a lumber mill, and it should be fine, I guess. But Infi is focusing so heavily on this archmage, even going for the green. On his quarter of the map, there's nothing left. He has to contest the middle, and that's a little bit dangerous, as it is exposing your base, and militia will be called later. If he even can.
Yumi as a pretty straightforward tier 2. MK comes out, he calls militia, he creeps the natural, gets level 2 and the item, and then goes towards the middle. And then it's going to be level 2 MK versus level 1 MK, which isn't necessarily the biggest difference, but it does make a difference. Yumiko further and further trying to look for some weaknesses in the main, trying to take out some more peasants. I think it was a total of 3 peasants that he killed, but that's kind of okay.
The experience isn't that much different. It's like a quarter of a level or something. Nice how he used the Wand of Mana stealing, by the way, so he is very close to another water elemental and can wreak some more havoc, maybe even getting a footman as they were creeping, but I think he's just focusing on economy. First Sanctum out, Mountain King in production as well. Yumiko now arriving on tier 2. Can he drop another water? Ah! Fucked it up a little, so it gets surrounded immediately by footmen and can't reach the workers.
That's more experience as well. That's
true.
It's close to level 4 AM. Honestly, the creep route was really good by Yumi, but the execution of the harass, not so good. I like the footy little simultaneous creep of the Troll Warlord with defend, that's easy. Book of the Dead. Can that do a lot?
Well, there's no priest, and there's at least one hurt worker, no water elementals nearby. He knows that Infi has to go to the middle now, but Mountain King is defending on its own, and this Archmage is... Wait, what is this? Stormbolt on a... Like, everything here was weird. Stormbolt on a skeleton, Book of the Dead, summon outside the main. Okay, if he gets the Sanctum...
He's not gonna get it, though. Is he? No. Wow, that was the most underwhelming book I've seen in a long time. That could have been 225 gold instead, which would have been a lot better. But, you know, you don't always know how much damage you're gonna get in. I feel like this is somewhat, like, out of touch thinking, popping Book of the Dead into the main. The book isn't that good anymore, and players are so used to playing around that. Like, normally that really doesn't do much. But okay, Yumi tried. Now he's creeping up the natural with the MK, the move we were expecting with the militia. Nice scouting once again by Infi, this time with the illusion. Dude, this guy's scouting these last couple of days has been just completely insane.
Yeah, he knows everything. Without using a hack, he plays like he has one. We have a lot of subs, by the way. 10 alone by Herr Wusel, you generous god. Greetings to Berlin. Neilskin91 with a 713 sub. Hey guys, thanks for the great streams and for making Warcraft 3 great again. Nebu, Slick, Gary Glitterer, El Tarico, and Naui also resubbing. You wonderful people. Thank you very much.
Expansion is coming up right now by Yumi, but look at the timing for Infi. Are you freaking serious?
He has to pop the big potion.
Is that enough damage? 330 HP, 280 HP.
He needs a second one.
Player's forces are under attack.
Right? Oh. Maybe not. He can't pressure the Archmage. This is definitely a kill.
Dude, how good is Infi? How good is this guy?
Well, he wins tournaments without dropping a single map. I guess that is quite a big statement.
Dude, he is looking super scary again. It was last WGL where Infi was like the scariest player going into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's on that level again.
Yeah. But I don't know if I had this discussion with you. I always feel that Infi is the strongest either online or when he's not playing in Shanghai. Did we talk about that?
I don't recall.
Okay, then, yeah, I think, like, online, of course, no discussion about that. WCG and Xi'an, super strong, wins that one. In next tournaments, in oftentimes Guangzhou, he always plays better than at WGL. I think that's kind of fascinating. Maybe since it's his home city, he doesn't get into that tournament mode too much, or is distracted by waifu and...
I mean, that's an interesting point that you're bringing up, but I feel like you're kind of forcing to find a pattern here. That could just be, you know...
That could absolutely be true, Remo. It's just something I thought I noticed.
I think this is the first time I see a Linehorn of Stormwind being bought from the marketplace.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah, it's a very strong item, as we've all learned by now. Armor is pretty good. Yumi's coming in for the Creep Jack. Is a couple of footies left, and Priest and Breakers, the normal combo we go for in the Human Mirror. But level 3 now being reached for the MK. That's a big game changer easily now. Infi is able to snipe these footies especially. More experience for the AM. And now the hardcore AM creeping in the early game really pays off because there's level 2 aura on Infi's side, but not on Yumi's side. Which for mana sustain is a big problem.
It's a level difference. Like one entire level. And he's not making it up with a second hero or something, so this is really tough to fight. Good dispels though. Good snipes on the priest. There's his level 4 finally, but level 5 is exactly one level. And it's not like level 1 or 2 difference, but level 4 to 5. That's so sick.
Is he going aura? Yeah, aura level 3. We're seeing that more and more nowadays.
Yeah, we have control magic as well, so it makes sense.
But there's still the expansion standing for Yumi. He's facing a lot of pressure right now. He certainly doesn't have map control currently. But if the expansion runs for long enough, maybe Yumiko can win this game with the economy. However, in this engagement in the middle is looking pretty desperate for him right now. Still, Infi standing here with a big force. 51 supply for him, 43 only for Yumiko.
It's so funny how he sent militia and peasants to Yumiko's expansion. Preparing this ambush a little. It's gonna be quite some kills on Infi. Yes, there's a tower, but it's only an arcane, so he can stand with pretty much everything in there.
Takes a while to kill off that tower, but he will be successful in doing so. Stormbolt on the MK. No surround possibility, but all the mana is drained. Yumiko doesn't have any Stormbolts to work with for a long time, and the breaker numbers just way superior. Also upgrades, by the way. GG is called. Infi kills off Yumi before the expansion pays off and looks, once again, terrifyingly strong.
Yeah, no flaws again. This was a little more competitive than their game in the Huya Super League, but still, this is sick. Like Infi at the moment just tearing it up. Like if he wins, this was just the very first map of his in this tournament. But if he wins this tournament without dropping a map again, that's maybe the most dominant performance since Moon at the end of 2018.
I could see that. However, it's online, which is a bit of a different beast than winning WGL and seemingly being 2 leagues above everyone else, which was the case for Moon. But still, Infi's looking terrifyingly strong. And going to the next map, which again is going to be a different one from Huya. We're going to go to Concealed now.
Huh, okay. We have the first donation of the day. Thank you, Alaska State Warcraft 3 team, for the €3 donation. Thank you for doing this, dudes. Great work. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't even know what time it is for you, but it must be pretty early, I guess. Thank you, Stephen, for the resub. Thank you, Coiler, for the resub. This is quite wonderful. We are operating on a 3-minute delay, unfortunately, so we can't interact with you as quickly as we'd love to. But of course, if there's something up, highlight us. We will try to reply as best as we can, as good as we can.
My Alkaline, by the way, gave a sub earlier to Spiral. I've been watching a bit of Spiral streams lately, Neo, because I've been increasing my Orc off-race game again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's so hard to off-race because you know that you're kind of good at this game, and then you play another race, and you're so bad, and you know that you're so bad, and it's frustrating. But playing against human is a ton of fun. Dude, that Farseer playstyle with Shaman, that is so cool. Lin build amazing. But yeah, I have a lot more to learn from Mr. Spiral and the rest of the orcs. How is Rocket Beans League going?
Oh, dude, in my group, I have a tiebreaker for the relegation spot.
For downgrading or upgrading?
No, of course not. For upgrading. Or for ascending into League 4. And the guy I meet in the tiebreaker, I smashed that dude. It was like, I'm really bad at this game. Like my by far worst, without a doubt, is versus Night Elf. He's a Night Elf. No chance. And so I'm pretty confident. But I don't know when we will play this because he only has time at the weekends, and you know our schedule at the weekends. We'll see.
Shouldn't you play that during Group Check? I guess.
Yeah, but that's during the week and he isn't available. I think that's a def win for me then, right?
I mean, if that's how you want to get your W, Neo, you know?
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
We're going to map 2. Ladies and gents, Infi with the lead. Concealed Hill, our second map. Yumiko now. 3 maps lost in a row to Infi. And the last one was looking somewhat close. But if we're being completely honest, Infi was in control at all times. He deflected the attacks masterfully. He looked for the right attack himself when it was the proper time to do so. Got really high levels. Especially interesting how spongy he was playing the AM, who soaked up so much of the map, seemingly not leaving much to the second hero Mountain King. But turned out there was still enough left when he claimed the middle, and Yumiko didn't contest him. Was that the big mistake by Yumiko? Not contesting Infi in the middle? When you grab both camps in the middle of Northern Isles, that's so much experience, that's big items.
He knew about Infi's creep route, so he knew as well that if you want to creep up the Mountain King, you have to go for the middle. But yeah. Kind of where things went really downhill was that weird Book of the Dead move that didn't work out at all.
Yeah, that was quite strange. True. So we're starting off with the same opening, of course. I don't think we've ever seen Pally rifles in Human Mirror, but we have seen MK first.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it was on this map as well. TH played that quite a bit at WGL. Impressively well. Who did he play against again? Was it Fortitude? No.
TH and Soin, right?
No, in the Human Mirror. TH played MK first.
Against Sock.
Against Sock.
In the quarterfinal.
And against Fortitude, he played Undead in the game for third, which was one of our favorite games.
Yeah.
But this is looking very standard so far. Both AMs this time starting off with the same creep route. There is a bit of a specialty creep route here with the lab, which especially Fortitude seems to be favoring, seems to be fond of. But no, both going for the Ogre camp first, the Ogre Warrior, which is also very valuable. Takes 5 militia. I think both are using 5, right? Yeah. So it should be a faster tech than in game 1, where they used 6. But is the AM level 3 going to be so easy? Normally it's pretty easy on this map if you're left alone. AM takes that camp first, then green in the middle, green on the very outside of the map, which is the Cobalt camp, and then militia creep the green next to the main, and boom, there you go. That's level 3. However, if you lose one creep, then you don't get level 3, so it's not exactly reliable. So we see the first deviation here, as Infi is going for the green outside the main. Once again, the AM soaking up all the camps outside the main base to start with.
Okay, we have a couple of new subs. Thank you, Geru and Dumkop. Okay, people. That's an early level 2 for Infi. Ring and Cloak, meh. Not his items for sure. On the other side, Yumiko level 2 as well. The little turtles are still up for grabs. And what now for both of them? Yes, you can go to the outskirts. That would, especially for Infi, cost a lot of time. He's thinking about doing the shop, but excellent scouting by both. They know exactly where their opponent is.
Yeah, creeping the shop with only 4 footies is not that easy. That High Priest makes things difficult once he casts Inner Fire on everything. So Infi hesitant to go there. Once again, by the way, Infi with the footy scout. So good. If you can afford to send one footman away from the group for scouting, do it. Well, I guess that goes mostly for high-level players who are, you know, good at multitasking and know where to look and stuff like that. Which Infi certainly is. Now that the footman numbers have increased, both are going for the merchant. Getting closer to level 3. Infi earlier did not opt for the boots, if I remember right.
No, there was
Yumiko got them instead.
and
this time,
staff as well.
classic Infi. He's going to be going into the main and dropping water elementals there over and over. Possibly. That's a play I've seen from him tons of times.
Yeah, there was Yumiko's move in game 1 didn't work because the Sim City was really good. So Waterman just got trapped at the farms. Yumi has a Wand of Illusion, so sees that movement as well. Distracts Infi for a little bit, but that's level 3. That's the staff. And, okay, a little confused after the portal. But there we go. Can he drop? He can drop. And of course it's Infi. It's flawless. Yumi has to react.
Only one water elemental here though. Not too many footies. This will be some damage on the tower. But no kill. Water elemental not denied. Nicely done. More experience into the coffers of Yumi. And yeah, that was just a little poke. Just forcing a bit of militia time, forcing a bit of repair. Looked like Infi was kind of testing the waters right there. We're on tier 2 now. We have Sanctum and MK coming in for both, I imagine. Indeed we do. And we're gearing up for the breakers. Thank you very much, Kokaigen, for the sub. That sounds Japanese.
Yep.
Kokaigen.
Kokaigen. Or like a Pokemon. Kokaigen, Kokaigen.
Are you, did you finish the new Pokemon?
Yeah, it was a little too easy and yeah, I didn't
Isn't it
enjoy it
always
too much.
easy?
Like, yeah, but way too easy. Wasn't my favorite Pokemon by far. Here we go. Infi poking again, but the Lumber Mill does finish, so not easy to drop water elementals here now. And some extra lumber for Priest Adapt and Control Magic and all these funny upgrades.
A player's forces are
Interesting how Infi is pretty much completely switching up his early game playstyle, where we saw level 4 rush and completely defensive play on map 1. Now he's playing really aggressively with level 3, delaying his further creeping until this point. I wonder if there's a specific tactical reason for this, or if he just wants to keep Yumiko on his toes. Yumiko, by the way, scouting for this really nicely. This is a pretty unexpected creep to go for the opponent, but Yumiko was sniffing it out. Killed off one of the footmen for Infi, but there's gonna be a return kill. Looking for the surround on the MK. Could transfer the staff. Oh, transfers the cloak, actually. That's also nice. And there's no detection. So this MK should be safe. Yumiko's trying to hold the surround, but if he sends something to the lab, that thing's gonna die.
Yeah, and it takes quite some time as well. And of course the cloak works during daytime, so you shouldn't wait for it to become nighttime. But he reveals himself, uses the cloak again, of course he knows the fate time inside out. Also the counter surround with the Archmage was so quick to transfer things. Infi on point, there's a TP, no bolt in time. And, okay, even saves the water elemental.
Nice little move. That was really well done by Yumi as well, by the way. You need to send the AM to the shop to get the dust. So he pops the illusion on the AM, immediately closes the surround again, and then the Archmage can move towards the shop. Oh, the AM remained, by the way. MK TP'd back to the main for Infi, but AM stays in the south and keeps on harassing.
That's still, of course, a little dangerous, as there is another Storm Bolt.
Yeah. But he's got the staff as well.
Yeah.
Infi once again with some really cute little plays that make a lot of sense. And now, possibly looking for an expansion himself.
Yeah, he has the militia here. He has almost the resources. Here we go, Talisman of Evasion. He confirms that Yumiko is expanding with the scouting, roaming Archmage. And creeps at the same time. So, good multitasking by Infi for Yumi. Yes, and by Infi. But
Oh, and the AM cancels the shop.
yeah, no
Delaying the
breakers, no healing, no clarities.
Oh, and the shop is coming up in the back, but there's no way to reach the shop to buy anything. I think it's a full wall off for Yumi, isn't it?
I would think so too. I mean, he can open it up at the right-hand side. That's quite an invitation for Infi's playstyle.
But Yumino creeping pretty hard at the fountain, but with the army away, that is an invitation for the AM for Infi to go towards that expansion. But Yumi left behind some priests, that's a pretty nice play. And takes out those elementals quickly. That was almost 100 free experience right there. Perhaps a bit of a waste by Infi. But now stabs towards the Mountain King. Going for the red camp, Ogre Lord. Oh, it's close with the surround. Almost missed it, but of course he doesn't. Because he doesn't seem to be making mistakes recently.
So, Yumi takes a lot of time. Belt of Giant Strength for him. And Unholy Aura for Infi. That gamble paid off. And the Expo is up on both sides as well. Quite surprised to not see a Blacksmith yet for upgrades. But Control Magic is coming into play, which is in the end then more experience for Infi, as Yumiko's Water Elementals, or he has pretty much twice the Water Elementals, which is, if you dispel and kill them well, nice experience. Infi, by the way, has one single breaker on the left-hand side, knowing exactly what's up.
Dude, this guy's scouting is just absolutely insane. Speaking of insane, though, Yumiko's MK inventory looking quite good. Tons of HP, armor, and the big mana.
But big mana for Infi as well. At the shop. And now Zeppelin or not?
I love these tank items for the MK. When they find evasion and more armor. So beefy. However, not going for an invul is still always a big risk. AM, I think, for Infi just stole the invul from the enemy shop. Might find himself getting intercepted here by the army. Ooh, turns around at the last moment.
Can't really reach. Ah, there's the ball. Forces at least the staff. Okay. And we have a Zeppelin for Yumiko. Footmen are coming towards the expansion, which is not fortified or walled off at all. But of course the Footmen are missing in the fight.
Decent creep jack opportunity. Should be at least one easy Footman kill. There we go. One taps that one. But Infi looking for the return. Of course, at the beginning, we're going for Footmen. They're in the front line, and they're not magic immune. Easy to take out. And that footy kill gives level 4 to the AM for Infi finally. An advantage that this time lay with Yumi for a little bit. And Yumi goes for the nice little breakers around, and that way he can kill that magic immune unit. Takes out the first breaker, and Yumiko certainly looking to have the bigger force at the moment.
I agree. And a lot of like saving options there as well. Still the invul. Still the bigger mana, and the Zeppelin pays off. With the Zeppelin, Infi can't really get the Water Elemental kills. You see it here. That prevents experience. Really cool move by Yumi.
How does Yumi have so much more supply?
And he had the Expo earlier.
But not by much.
No.
And now it's 66 supply, pushing versus 54. And with the Stormbolts, more and more kills might be coming in. That one breaker, oop. Gets away just barely. MK eats the Stormbolt, but he should be fine. TP away. That didn't exactly look necessary.
The Footman, by the way, got 3 kills already. And the Waterman. Or maybe 2 kills and 1 was a Footman. Not sure with defense. His Arcane Tower doesn't do any damage. So Echo is ruined at the expansion.
One zoning Stormbolt there on the MK, trying to drain more of his mana. Infi still has the big mana to work with. The Chinese powerhouse is going up against quite the mountain here. Nice Stormbolt dodge, by the way. Zeppelin being made great use of. But more than that, it's the supply. He's just completely running away in supply, Yumiko is. 72.
Infi build.
That's GG.
Exactly. Infi built a blacksmith and the first up. Was investing everything into his army. So that was a timing he just exploited. And therefore, Infi not undefeated in the New Year's Cup, as he was in the Huya tournament.
But Blacksmith and Upgrade, what's that, like 300 gold? That should be like 5 supply. But he was quite a bit more ahead.
And the Potion and Heal Scroll?
Yeah, Invul Pot, Heal Scroll. Yeah, adds up, I guess, yeah. Interesting. Kind of a timing out of nowhere that Yumiko found there, and seemingly Infi caught by surprise.
Damn,
Well
I didn't
done.
expect Yumiko to take a map here. Nice, of course, for us to get a longer series and a closer series than they had on Saturday. Cool adjustments. It's different maps, so who knows if he would have used the Zeppelin as much there, but I like it.
So what is our third remaining map? Are we finally going to one that we saw in Huya, which was LR and Twisted? Or have they both been removed?
Does take some time.
I would imagine... Who is more likely to play MK first here?
Yumi is not an abusing player as well. Like, it would definitely a way for Infi to humiliate Yumiko once again, which he loves to do.
Yeah, Yumi loves playing MK first against Undead,
Yeah.
but against Human, I'm not sure that I've seen it much. So Twisted Meadows, it is once again. A bit of a dice roll involved here. Starting position is very important, especially for the Merc camp, but also for attack routes to the opponent's base. And of course, the item drops. Back in the day, I remember EPS days when humans crept the lab and they found Tome of Experience. And then almost level 3, one more green camp, boom, level 3 after like, I don't know, 3 minutes 30 and run into the orc base, kill all the burrows. And that was how games were decided back in the day.
True.
With a whole
Tomb
bunch of
Experience.
towers.
I mean, we can talk about every balance change that Blizzard did, but the best thing by far was the removal of the Tomb of Experience.
Yeah. Also, boots being removed was really, really good.
Yeah, but
And crystal ball being moved.
that did turn out to be so good. I didn't expect it that the crystal ball fits so well into that drop table.
Yeah. I
Pretty
also
perfect.
find it to be fitting quite nicely.
Remo, it's so boring that we're always at the same page. Come on. Say something controversial. Be more like Todd.
Swift. Taylor Swift is the best musician ever.
Oh, you would get in a big discussion with Jenny Prenzelberg about that.
Why does he disagree?
He loves Taylor Swift. It's like
Yeah, you see, there we go. We go along very nicely.
one of his all-time favorite artists. I think even like one of the top 3 records of the year last year for him.
Wow.
Yeah. So, let's decide this. Will not only TH, but also Infi drop to the lower bracket in round 1? And Yumiko advance. Twisted Meadows will tell us in the first game of the day. Yumiko, upper left. Infi, upper right. Advantage goes to Yumi.
Exactly. Infi loses the dice roll here, does not spawn close to the Merc camp, and if both should go for the lab creep, then also it's going to be easier for Yumi to attack the opponent's main base. However, first, you need to scout, and how do you scout is the question. It's kind of difficult on Twisted, because you really don't want to scout with Militia, because that costs lumber, that slows down your tech, and you don't want to have that happen. Or do you scout with a footy, which is something you do a lot on other maps, but on Twisted, all the creep camps are so hard that expending a footman early for scouting rather than creeping is also dangerous. So, for the first couple of minutes, both these two might actually be in the dark as far as positioning is concerned. However, Yumiko does send out the first footy. That might just be for the Rock Golem pull. No, he actually does scout. Does he? No, never mind. Okay, Rock Golem pull for both. And Yumiko going with a Merc camp creep first, understandably
Player's
so,
forces are
as the
under
Shadow
attack.
Priest is such a valuable unit to have, especially in the early game.
Alright, so Golems pulled. How annoyed are they, by the way, that this move exists now? For years and years and years, they were just standing there. No one really threatened them. They could throw their boulders. They were so brave and so tough. All of a sudden, they get distracted by everything.
Has this always worked, by the way? Or did this start occurring at a certain patch?
Oh, that I think
I know that the Night Elves were the first to do this, especially on this map, with Merc Camp creeps. Wisp pulls out the Rock Golem and then they creep it. And for the first couple of months or years, especially I was confused. I was like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Until someone told me, if you do that, they don't throw the boulders. And I was like, oh!
Oh. I think we'd have to patch back and try it.
Yeah, it has definitely worked before 1.30, because Night Elves have been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays, everyone does it. Every race. First item drops here. We have Throw the Beast and the Gauntlets for Yumi and Quel'Thala's Boots, which is probably the worst item that Infi could have gotten.
Yeah.
Luck so far, not on his side.
But Arcane Tower isn't finished yet. Infi level 2 dropping to that main mass repair. Sounded like a sheep there. Mass. Now it's finished. And with that, the harassment potential is limited. Gets a worker though. But there's a Shadow Priest. It should be an easy kill on that Water Elemental. Pretty much nothing to do for Infi. But a fast attack with it.
Yeah, the tower wasn't killed, but these peasants were not harvesting lumber. They were ready for mass repairing. They were turned into militia. So lumber production and more lumber being lost by Yumi. Oh, because he goes for the Berserker. Yumiko kind of in a fortitude inspired early game. Inspired early game is delaying tier 2 quite a bit for early game presence.
Not by choice, really. But I mean, on a map with the mercenary camp and big creep levels, you can go for defense footman for quite some time.
And I have to question Yumi's choice to not play aggressively after creeping the Merc. But did he even scout? Did he even know where Infi was? How did Infi know where Yumi was? I guess he must have been scouting.
Well, he's scouting really well the past couple of weeks, so...
He certainly is.
Thank you, Tottestein, for the 10-month resub. So many subs to do.
Level 3 being acquired here by both now. Yumiko a little bit faster, but not by much. Big heal pot. That's not too bad. Look at the +9 agi for Infi.
Should
if I was him,
go
I would
for
go
the Dark Ranger?
Dark Ranger, boys! Hell yeah!
Do it. Robert the Magi, very good for Yumi.
Dude, apparently yesterday Fortitude played Dark Ranger against Soen. Weird, right?
Okay.
Dark Ranger second. He won that.
I have to watch the replays. Maybe I'll do it later. Let's see how exhausting this cast is gonna be.
A player's forces are under attack.
Infi was the one with earlier defense, once again showing that he has more lumber to work with. Also, Mercenaries called now, tier 2 tech about to finish, shop in time. Very solid game for the Rogue Warrior so far, but double Shadow Priest and the Berserker. Can that make a difference? Not if he's getting caught off guard in the middle.
So in we go, defend activated. Yumiko, no defend, however, makes this trading game really hard for him.
Should be ready. He was researching it.
Are under attack.
Didn't activate it yet, but quite a few of the footmen here for Infi are actually quite hurt, so perhaps not the time to fight.
Oh,
nice Water Elemental block.
Yumi with the block, indeed. Kind of blessed with great blocks recently. Thorzane especially coming to mind.
And the staff in from the AM with the boots here and the +8 damage. Looking for some pick-off kills.
Close to level 4 as well. Has another Water Elemental. Question is, does he want to use it here for some kills or does he want to use it for creeping? Mountain King still needs some time.
Nice little saves here, especially the stutter step heal micro from the Shadow Priest there was good to save that one footy, and now it's Regen Scroll time.
Yumi is forgetting about the Sanctums a little.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Infi sold the slippers, but keeps the Quel'Thala's boots. I always feel like mathematically, value-wise, that makes no sense at all. Because the Quel'Thala's boots, yes, they have double the effect of slippers, but they are worth 4 times the money.
Yeah.
The money. The monies. Finally a good item here for the Mountain King for Infi as he finds the Sobi Mask. Stormbolt on the AM, looking to perhaps surround him. But with the boots, he is speedy. And gets level 4 with the militia. And Footy's creeping the natural without a hero around. Yumiko's MK being late here, not getting any experience yet.
But Archmage is once again far... No, actually, it's earlier for Yumiko, or better for Yumiko. Crystal Ball and another expansion. Is that really the time to expand? Apparently it is, because both players are doing it. Dude, I still have no idea.
This kind of seems like it's the new human meta, right? Tier 2 expansion.
Tier 2 expansion, yeah.
We see it for basically the 5th time now across 3 maps. Map 1, it was 1 player doing it. Map 2, it was 2 players, and now it's 2 players again.
Stormbolt on this Archmage. He has a potion and his staff should be safe.
Oh, nice surround.
If there's a... Oh, there's no bash. Yeah, right? Super crisp. Sobi Mask for the Mountain King. Sweet.
He's getting a lot more experience here. Infi is. The fast MK, the faster tech, really starting to pay dividends. Yumi only level 1. He needs to catch up with his MK and quick.
Yeah, but how?
I mean, it's twisted. There's always creeps around.
But the bigger spots are on the road for Infi, right? But he's not going for the red spot. Trying to steal something from the shops, maybe? But yeah, they are both gearing up heavily for the late game. Second robe of the Magi. That's a high mana MK. Expo up, tower as well. It's level 2. It can be
That's
cancelled.
14 int. Jesus. It's time to play Naga third.
That's a lot.
You remember when players played Naga third with like triple shop and mass orb of fire?
That was fun when the human orb was not completely broken.
It's not broken. You think it's broken?
I hate
good.
the fire orb effect.
It's strong, but that's what orb effects should be.
Not for humans.
They already have rifles.
They had a weak orb for 10 years. Why change that?
A town is under siege.
It was all better back then, when we had tower rushes every game and tanks.
Good old days. Bring back 1.26.
And talents. Talents every day. Oh, Yellow Light was playing talents yesterday, by the way, in one game. He did.
Okay, both contesting the red spot. Enough with the Lules now. That will just trigger the chat. Sorry, mods. Stormbolt, but yeah, there is 6 Stormbolt, 7 for Yumiko.
Only level 1 though, so they don't hurt so bad. Looking for the last hit, doesn't get it. Secured there by Infi. The Warlord has a big item to offer. What would be the best? I always love Spell Shield, but I think it's kind of overrated because it has such a long cooldown.
And once it's figured out, like, you snipe priests anyway then. Staff of Silence will be dispelled. Oh, there we go. Orb of Darkness. Maybe even, like, Pendant of Mana is really good.
Yeah, Pen of Mana, yeah, right. That's the best. What always amazes me about this spot is everyone thinks that Katika's Gem of Health is really good, but everyone also feels that the Periept is really bad. Which is like, huh? What? Both provide health.
Speaking of providing, this Shredder is not doing anything for Infi at his expansion, so that's why he's a little bit imbalanced at his resources. I thought for a second he's still level 1 with his MK, but no. Infi poking in again. This Archmage is so annoying, and this time the Orb of Darkness actually makes sense while harassing. Oh, love this.
The Creep Jack in the south, though. AM has to staff there and then probably TP out. Otherwise, this might be too painful.
Infi's so
but
fast.
Infi's trying to stick around, focusing on the AM. He's quite hurt already. Again, still only level 1 Stormbolt. This AM's turning out, this MK, excuse me, to be quite the weak point in this late game stage.
It feels like Yumiko's army is all over the place, so he's losing the first breaker, trying to get the priest, and oh man, it takes forever. Dispels now. Yumiko's so close to this level 3 MK, but can't really get it. Oh, clap even. Okay, with this mana pool, kind of makes sense. But for being creep-jacked and mispositioned with his Archmage for so long, Infi had a glorious fight.
Oh, they're both taking tier 3, Neo.
Oh!
Oh, beautiful. Ah, that's what I love to see. And you always make fun of me. Oh, Remo, we're gonna see tier 3 today? Are we gonna see tier 3 today? Yes, we are.
How often are you right with that prediction, though?
I never predict that we're gonna see, but especially on Twisted I say we might see it. Didn't say it today for once. Damn. Should have done it. Finally level 3 for Yumi's MK. Man, that took forever. He finds the Staff of Silence. If he hits the Priest backline, that could be good, but hard to not get dispelled. Has to TP out of this one. AM in trouble.
Level 5.
Has
That
time
was
to use the TP.
big camp. That was level 5 and 3.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And Infi actually went down there without a TP. That's
Player's forces
quite
are under
ballsy.
Yep. And oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yumiko has still the lab and the natural of Infi to creep now. And maybe like it's not normal to dispel or look out for a Staff of Silence in Human Mirror. So maybe that can come in as a surprise factor to deny Stormbolt or some dispels. Rune bracers. Okay.
And also, we're moving towards Pally third
player's
now,
forces
Oh, yeah.
which will most certainly
Oh,
be the third hero
yeah.
for both. So against that, a well-timed silence can be really good, because the Priest Dispel is a little awkward to play, because it has low range and kind of a long cast point. Once again, I am at the expansion, harassing. Dude, this Orb of Darkness for this harass is actually so good.
Yeah. I think like most humans would have sold it, but Infi figures out a way to make this orb look like $1,000 bucks.
That's big damage. Big damage. Does he have to TP back? He's TPing back the entire army.
What?
Just against this AM harass.
Player's
And-
Okay, he got everything he could have gotten on that side of the map, and he has good resources, so yes, it's fine. Infi has a huge upgrade lead, by the way. Almost 2-2 against 0-0.
That's pretty good for Knights.
And Breakers.
And level 5 MK now. 5 heroes versus 4 heroes. This MK inventory also looking pretty juicy on Yumi.
A player's forces are under attack.
1350 HP, by the way, for Infi. Also not too bad.
So, Paladin almost ready. Inner Fire 50%. More upgrades.
A town is under siege.
And okay, Infi's pushing.
You need to save that altar. You need that Pally. And with the repair, that should be working out. But Stormbolt one-shots the peasants.
Infi has the first knight out.
Player's
Yumiko has
forces
not.
are
Still
under
waiting
attack.
for it. Double racks, by the way. Also Sundering Blade. Super good against Breakers. But both have that pretty much at the same time. Infi has the higher quality army at the moment.
Yeah, 4 upgrade lead. Like, on paper, this shouldn't even be close. But let's see how it works. Pally comes in with a double save possibility. Holy Light and Staff.
A town is under siege.
Another nice upgrade for human tier 3. Yumi has that staff as well.
And the disposable footman again at the expansion. Killing 1, killing 2. While expanding in the bottom left. Infi Macro Master.
Yeah. This is a cool game. I'm sure Infi is having quite a bit of fun here as well.
And now a knight. How hard is it to kill a knight now? This forces a reaction. But Infi is forcing a fight at the same time, so Yumiko's expansion will be wiped out at the end of this. Nice clap by Yumi. That might be his advantage. Clap over bash. Infi in the middle of everything. Stormbolts, Holy Light, everything good. Dispel everywhere. The clap is real good and forcing a TP, but Infi didn't want to take this fight to win the game. But for this and this, and his game plan is working out flawlessly.
But if we go into a Knight's Mirror, Clap is like insanely good. Interesting. Oh, Crystal Ball Scout sees the expansion in the south, so that could be an easy knight sent
A
down there by
player's
Yumi.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, no tower.
A town is under siege.
Once again, Infi pushing into the main. He knows the MK is not there currently. He's staffed over towards the natural. But MK is hustling back with the boots. It's not going to take too long.
So how is Yumi with the up? He's not upgrading anything.
A player's forces are under attack.
There's so much value than 80 supply army having upgrades.
Yeah, he's been busy with putting out fires last couple of minutes. As the staff's ready. Double orb now, by the way. Orb of Darkness on the Pally and Orb of Fire on the AM. Surrounds the knight in the south. 2 units around Neo. Just like you.
Beautiful.
Is under siege.
Absolutely beautiful. Archmage might be forced into a potion. Kills that shop, which doesn't have that much value anymore. Yumi moving back a little too early. Can't open the front line now. So the knights for Yumi in the back don't do damage. Same for Infi. Oh, sweet. Stumble dodge.
High upkeep now, though, for Infi. He's really pushing this little advantage that he has. Level 2 for the Pally. Is that the aura? It seems like aura would be pretty good right here. It certainly is. Plus 2 armor on everything. Helps out a ton. Pally in the back for Yumiko needs to be careful. That level 3 Stormbolt hurts a lot. Stormbolt is ready again. Paladin, uh-oh, buddy, you're in trouble! And there it is. He pretty much walked into that one, to be honest.
Oh.
Level 1 hero falls, but also MK. He's the more valuable target. But there's the staff ready for the second hero. However, MK out of the fight now.
And how can he get out? Okay, there's the staff, but no healing anymore. Yumiko is losing more and more and more, down to 55. Infi at 88. No question who wins that. That is the Iceman, struggling a little, being a lot more challenged than in the Huya Cup. So it took around an hour for them for this best of 3. Nice to see how Yumiko stepped it up and changed his game compared to just 4 days ago, where it was super one-sided. But in the end, Yumiko is just back for half a year and a little. Infi is playing since 2007, and you definitely see that they were kind of at one level once, but Yumiko has to put in some more practice and be like a curveball machine, which is not happening yet. Cool ideas, but to defeat Infi at his current shape, you need a little more. Yumi down to the lower bracket, Infi advancing to the winner bracket final.
And that means we're going to have our second round 1 match coming up next, which is going to be Fly versus Colorful. And the question, according to Neo, of how many times Fly is going to lose his Blade Master.
All right, we'll see about that after we go into a little break. See you in a bit. Check out the links in the stream description for ways to support us. You can sub, you can follow, you can donate, you can buy our merch. Plenty of ways. Go check it out. See you in a bit.